What's up, people? It's your boy Perfection back again. Whew. For the last video that I'm going to do in a while. Okay. My friend once told me about this song back in the day, back in the past. About 15 years ago, he told me this strong song. He said to me, it goes, you can't drink your life away, smoke your life away, sleep your life away. But no, that's not the lyrics to the song. The lyrics to the song is this. You can't party your life away, drink your life away, smoke your life away, hug your life away, dream your life away, scheme your life away. Cause your seeds go up the same way. Let me do it one more time, guys. It's by Wu-Tang. Check it out. It's called A Better Tomorrow. Can I say it one more time? You can't party your life away, drink your life away, smoke your life away, hug your life away, dream your life away, scheme your life away. Cause your seeds go up the same way. It's your boy Perfection back again with another video for a while, because I don't have any more ideas left in my head. Okay, I keep saying for a while and I keep coming back, but guess what? That's a good thing, man. It's a good thing to be banging out videos, right? Especially videos with, you know, some content, some what words you use it, some consciousness in it and things like that. So it's good, right? But this is the last video I'm going to do. So this one is called Lost in Limbo. Okay, this ties into the video that I done earlier, okay, where I was saying that there's certain brothers in America that are now coming out talking about and I was looking up to some of these guys. If you want me to be honest with you, I was. Okay, I won't even mention their names. Now they're sounding like punks, to be honest with you, because one thing I've always preached, and I said this in the previous video, I said, listen, if you've had a good life, you know, if you've been blessed with looks, so you're an attractive female, you're a handsome man. If you've been blessed with strength, it might be mental strength, so you can articulate yourself very well. You don't necessarily look strong, but you have that kind of, you know, because remember, it really has nothing to do, which ties into this video, has nothing to do with how tall we are, small we are. It has something to do, like DMX always said, even though I was about, you know, I wasn't that tall, I'd make people twice my size scared of me and all that kind of stuff. So it's about a certain presence that you have. So you've been blessed with that presence, okay, in a positive way, not in some fog way, positive way, okay. Then that's a blessing. If you've been blessed with raw strength, you know, there's some brothers out there. I was having a conversation with some guy the other day, again, some coon. But if you've been blessed as a black person, whether Jamaican, Ghanaian, African, Caribbean islands, African islands, whatever, you've been blessed with this raw, dirty strength, you know what I mean, where it's almost like you're on drugs. That's the kind of strength that you've got. You know, I've heard white people talking about stories about certain African people that never took any substances like proteins, creatines, but just went into the gym and just banged it out, like strong, natural strong. Then you're blessed. If you've been fortunate enough to have a father in your life that many of us black people don't have, because the system is, this is what I'm here to talk about, how the system is kind of pushed us down and held us down and kind of divided us, okay. The best way to kind of which ties into this video, Lost in Limbo, the best way to break a man is to kind of separate him from his parents, you know. What's the word that they use? Broken family. It's to break up his family, okay. If you've been blessed with a father and a mother, the nurturer and the kind of strong role model father kind of thing, if you've been blessed with both of those, be grateful, be humble, okay. If you're able to walk, even, be humble. If you've been fortunate enough to have not gone through certain bad childhoods and seen your parents with drugs or this or that, be grateful for those things. But then don't suddenly get on the internet and be acting like you're some sort of bad man now, and you're talking about, you know, I won't raise with my mum, you know, I ain't no feminine, these feminine males and all of this kind of business, and talking about mental illness, these little mental ill weak people and all of that. A majority of our people suffer from mental health. I think they said in the UK, I'm not so sure about America, but the highest rate of suicide is from black males or black people, period. When I was describing previously in my previous video about the building, it's statues. There's a building in London that they put these 76 or whatever amount of statues it is on top of the building, or people just about to jump. It's the statues. You can look, look up at the skyscraper and see these statues on top of the building. That represents how many people jump off the building. A large majority of them has to be black people, okay? That's the kind of strain that we're under. So to suddenly get online and talk about, well, boy, people are meant off are weak, and these little punk, and all of this kind of nonsense is very disappointing. It's very disappointing. These guys have suddenly turned into coon role models, sellouts on bums as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, their egos got the best of them. Okay, and I guarantee you they didn't start off talking like this. And some of them that I watched didn't. When they first started talking, they were quite humble. They were like, listen, you guys want to follow me, you can follow me. You want to listen to what I want to say, listen to what I say. I got no problem with that. I like the fact that you have your own mind. I'm not here to tell you what to think. That's how they started off. Freedom of speech. You think whatever you want to think. I like that. I want my people to be empowered. I don't want you to be sheeps and all of that. But then it got to a stage where the attitude was almost like, if you don't listen to me, then you're a fool. You're a punk. The only intelligent people come here. Stupid people don't come to my page. I don't have idiots on my page. And if you don't like my page, get the F off my page. I don't have fools in here. This is only for the intelligent. And then when they're saying things, they're saying, right, if you don't see it that way, you're stupid and all of that. They suddenly became punks and almost like dictators, like they're above people and we're below them. But let's start off with this video, because those people are fools anyway. Right. Those of you who haven't actually read the Willie Lynch theory, Willie Lynch, I haven't read it. I've read it. Damn, guys, we're talking a good. We're talking about an easy 17 years ago, 15, 16 years ago. So I do not remember every single thing about the Willie Lynch theory. I don't. What I do remember him saying is that he devised a scheme to have black people in slavery for at least 300 years, 200 to 300 years, because basically what it was, there was a lot of robust Negroes, black kings on the plantation that weren't having it. Okay, they were rebelling against their slave owners. They were getting up in the middle of the night, walking into the slave owners' bedrooms, and they were manhandling and literally killing their white owners. Okay, some of them said, "No, I ain't having this," ran off. And you got to remember back then is that they had a choice. It was either castrate them, so basically they would have their penis chopped off, or they would have one of their legs chopped off. And about 99.9% of them would have their leg chopped off and said, no, you're not chopping off my penis, because at the end of the day, that's my manhood. You're not going to chop off my penis. It's not going to happen. It will not happen. There's many other things that happened before Willie Lynch, like certain slaves being raped, male slaves being raped by homosexual white plantation owners and all kinds of things. Do the history on it. Good video to watch. In fact, I won't even advise people watch that video, okay? Because this isn't a negative video. This isn't a deflating video. This is an inflating, uplifting video that really goes out to black people, okay? White people can watch it. Maybe they might learn something from it if they want to, if they choose to, okay? There were certain slaves that ran off, said, no, I'm not having this, and they ran off. They said, to hell with this. And again, there was a lot of slaves where whipping them, it got to a point where whipping them, they weren't really concerned whether they were whipped. In fact, they lost the will to live. They're like, just kill me, just kill me. And Willie Lynch couldn't have this. He couldn't. So he said, right, we got to do something about this, because not only are they running away, they're now kind of, speaking back, they're rebelling. Some of us are being killed and things like that. And there's so many of them, if I'm just there with my wife and my 2 kids, and we're in control of say 10 Negroes, or even 5 Negroes, or whatever, 4 Negroes, then how are we going to keep these people under control? How are we going to do that? So he said, look, I've devised a plan on how to do this. And he said, the same way you break a horse is the same way you break a Negro, basically. And what he devised was this. He said, listen, look, what we're going to do is we're going to grab the person that tries to escape, like the father. What we're then going to do is we're going to whip him, beat him up pretty badly, okay? Whip his ass to he's nearly dead. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I may be wrong about this, because I'm sure they beat the living crap out of the slave first, okay? They then said, right, what we're going to do is we're going to tie him to both ends of the horse, so that his hands are at one end of the horse, his feet at the other end of the horse, okay? We're then going to pour gasoline on top of him, okay? We're then going to set him on fire and have the horses pull him apart, okay? What we're then going to do is we're going to force the mother to stand there with her children, with her young children, and make sure both of them watch this, okay? We will traumatize them, okay? What then happens, she will see this, and the mother will go out of her way to make sure that her young'uns and her future young'uns will do exactly as the slave owner says. Otherwise they will end up exactly the same way. And believe me, I mean, we can sit down here and, well, we can't imagine it. We simply, none of us can imagine seeing a human being being pulled apart on a horse and set on fire at the same time. And that human being is our father. None of us can imagine those things. Okay? And those white people probably laughing and all those kind of things, okay? Because they, let's face it, they were, you know, we have to be honest about it. Some of them in America, especially with some sick ass mother, they were sick, okay? Where was I going with this? Okay, and then Willie Lynch went as far as to say, right, which you already know anyway, we will then rape the living crap out of these black women. They will have children. It won't be our children, of course. It can't be our children. We can't possibly, if we rape them and they have kids, it can't possibly be our kids. But what we will do though is we will give those mixed race children, the lighter skinned ones, we'll give them a little bit more privilege over the darker skinned ones, and that will cause, like, you know, just in case there is a couple of Negroes that, you know, stand up and want to be the hero again and strong again, then what we can do is we can just kind of set like a little distraction for them where they're kind of arguing over each other, so they're not even thinking about what we're doing to them and how we're pissing all over them and shitting on them and all that. That won't even come into mind. The only thing they're concerned about is quarrelling over each other. They'll be so wrapped up in it, they'll be quarrelling over each other, and this will hold them down for at least 200 to 300 years. And that's what the guy done. That's what Willie Lynch did. Okay, fast forward into 2020 and the same kind of thing is still going on today. Okay, the only thing is you have kind of different influences now. Now you've got multiple influences holding down the black people, because we're not in physical chains anymore. It's no longer physical chains that are holding us down, but it's chains nevertheless. Okay, it's chains in regards to social housing. It's chains in regards to the jobs that we go for. It's changing, like they said, medical, and that's one thing I forgot to say in the previous video as well. The previous video that I done about the Matrix is that I missed out on, before you go to the hospital, no, sorry, after you come out of the hospital, you're discharged from the hospital, you go to your regular doctor, right? Sometimes your regular doctor may give you medication that's not always good for you, or medication designed to subdue you, change the way you're thinking, take that natural strength away from you, maybe make you subservient. Or if you're someone that's really intelligent, combine that with the powers of the police that can detain and section anyone they want, and then throw them into some mental institution and drug them and all those kind of things. Anyone that they deem is a risk, any public figure that they deem to be a threat, almost like Malcolm X, what was his name? I think there's a new one now, Ben, I can't remember his name. There's a new one the other day. I'm Not Your Negro. Ben something. Baldwin or whatever his name was, and Marcus Garvey. Um, and what's the guy? Martin Luther King. Or if they deem you as someone as powerful as that, they can have you sectioned for whatever reason and inject you and have you all messed up. Yeah. So there's still many other things that are used to control this. I'm going to go into that anyway, and I'm going to go into how today black women are still kind of following that same Willie Lynch theory and passing it on to their children. See you in part 2.